Okay. Good evening, everyone. This is Linda Chinya, Chair for the Baltimore City Baltimore City Board of School Commissioners. Apologize. Welcome to our special session this evening around the annual review. This evening we will have a presentation on the recommendations for the review, and then it will be a time for comments. People have signed up, as well as if any board members have questions. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to, I believe it's Ms. Alvarez. You doing the presentation?
Uh, Commissioner
Or
Cheney,
is it?
I don't believe
Yes.
there is a presentation. I think it's just public comment.
Okay,
Ms.
so we're
Alvarez
not
has something.
reviewing it at all? Okay, no
Ms.
problem.
Alvarez, is that correct?
We do have a presentation. We did not do it at the last hearing, and so we don't have to do it. We want to make sure people have time to do full public comment. I think that's appropriate. I just want to name, since I'm speaking, someone asked, how will I know it's my turn? We're going to call you by name. I think they're going to go into the directions. So that's coming next. So don't worry, you'll know.
Okay. So I'll just remind people that the presentation is available on board docs if there are folks who want to take a look at that again. All right, then we'll move to public comment.
Okay. And again, as Ms. Alvarez mentioned, everyone who signed up in the time period will have 5 minutes to speak. But we will just go in order of who signed up, and if you don't respond, we'll come back to you. First, we have Denise Hillary speaking live. Ms. Hillary, are you online?
You able to hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, we can. Ms. Hillary, I can hear you.
Okay, all right, thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is... Okay, TV Comedy 200. In 2001, this...
Go ahead, Ms. Hillary.
I think she may have just gotten muted by somebody. It looks like.
Hello?
Oh, there she is.
Yes, it muted me again. All right, let's try again. I'm Denise Hillary. I'm the community school
Miss
program
Hillary,
manager. Yeah.
Miss Hillary, you have like something playing in the background that is kind of is hard to hear you.
I don't think it's her. I think there's other people who have their phones not on mute because I'm just watching it. So I don't think it's actually her.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Somebody's got something going on in the background.
Ms. Hillary,
you can move forward.
You have 5 minutes.
Yes, I don't have anything in the background. Am I clear now?
I hear you now. Yes.
Thank you. I'm the community school program manager with Baltimore Community Works, and we are the lead agency for Mary Ann Winterland Community School Partnership. But we also collaborate and sponsor programming with Lockham and Bundy. I just wanted to start by saying that regardless of the outcome of this recommendation, we plan to continue to support both communities, and if this merger is approved, we want to be integral partners in that transition. However, as a community-based organization, we would be remiss not to address some of the community-level concerns that have came about in this potential merger.
Hey, Ms. Hillary?
I'm sorry. Something in the platform continues to mute me. Is anyone aware of it?
We're looking into it, but sorry, I'm trying to figure it out, but please continue.
Okay. Hello. 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 Hello.
Yes, I see someone speaking. We have a speaker speaking at the moment, but again, we're moving through the whole list, so you'll have your opportunity to speak momentarily.
Sir.
Sorry, go ahead, Ms. Hillary.
Hello. Is there a way to mute the rest of the participants so I can continue?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So it's our understanding that parents have been feeling very underinformed about some of the outcomes of this merger. Families have been asking some really hard questions during these community meetings and the steering committee meetings, and they have not received much of an answer or feedback. And so I want to bring it to the attention of the board that families don't just need an opportunity to speak during these meetings, but they need an opportunity to be involved in this decision-making process. Our organization has participated in several meetings where parents are asking for more transparency related to how school leadership is decided, class sizes, the school programming if this merger takes place. And each time those questions have been answered with a "we'll cross that bridge when we get there" type of response. So given that lack of response, parents have expressed feelings of uncertainty and in some instances fear. And so we understand that all of the details can't be determined right now in this merger. However, we just think that a tentative strategic plan could be developed collaboratively by staff, parents, students, community stakeholders, and that's kind of necessary before anyone should be able to decide if this merger is in the best interest of the children. In closing, our organization just urges the district to reevaluate this decision-making process before making a decision to disrupt these two school communities. A process that goes deeper into the logistics of what this merger will mean for both schools, and one that includes those who are directly affected by this decision. Our organization, Bon Secours Community Works, will continue to encourage community advocacy throughout this process. And once parents and families are given the opportunity to be more a part of this decision, if a new school community is the outcome, we're well prepared to support with that transition and that new school's needs. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Hillary. Next, we have a video from Ms. Catherine Porter.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, how you doing? I'm a parent of Blossoming and Bundy Elementary School, 361. My name is Tanya Early. My son Nathan Morse attends the school. I want to talk on the behalf of the school about the transferring the kids to a double school.
Ma'am, but did you have an opportunity to sign up for public comment?
You said, did I sign up for it?
Yeah, so we have some people signed up, but if there's time at the end, we could maybe perhaps do a sign up, but we do have some people ahead of you in line for public comment.
Oh, okay.
And Ms. Alvarez is flagging me again. We had opportunity for public comment from 5 to 7, and we do have sign up, so we'll go in order of everyone who signed up. But
okay, I think my name was signed up. His last name is Ely, E-L-E-Y.
E-L-E. Yes, Ms. Ely.
Yeah.
Yes, I have you signed up. So we're gonna work our way through the list, but we do have you in the sign up queue.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
So next we have a video from Ms. Catherine Porter.
Good evening. My name is Kate Porter, and I'm proud to be teaching art at Lockham and Bundy. I'd like to make a few points tonight about why I think we should keep our Lockham and Bundy team together one way or another. First of all, our leader, Principal Hill Miller. For her, though, it is clear that the whole student comes before numbers. She proves this in the ways that she's been so proactive about getting resources for the students, creative resources, emotional support resources, broadcast teams. Students at Lockham and Bundy have been making PSAs and videos that other people have seen around the country. The students, as a result, the students there know that their voice is important because the people in the building listen to the students' voices. Lockham and Bundy has more resources available for the students than any other school that I've taught at in Baltimore City, and it happens to be the smallest school I've ever taught at. We have music, theater, art, phys ed, broadcast team. She makes sure they get recess every day. We have emotional supports like Roberta's House and many, many other staff who are there to support the students. Our team is the best team I've ever worked with. It's one that actually feels like a family, not just, and we don't just say that because it sounds good. We say it feels like it's a home to be working out of. And with a family, there's love. I've never worked under a leader whose heart is so big as Miss Hill Miller's is. Our students are the most creative students that I've ever worked with. I have never worked with a group who, if you ask them what they think about something, they have an answer. You ask them to come up with, use their imagination to come up with ideas, and they have ideas. They come up with things I've never thought of. They solve problems in ways that I've never considered. And the reason for this to me is clear. It's because they've been listened to, because there are many, many places where their voices are honored and listened to and heard. And I feel, in my experience, I've seen that to be missing in Baltimore City. I think it has become clear in this time of pandemic, where in our own homes and not in a building. It's even more clear now how much in school is its community and its family members and its students, and not a building or a name. It's a group. For this reason, I would argue that if there's no way to find a way to delay this decision to allow for everybody to bring their enrollment up, or to allow for the extremities of COVID, or for any other reason that we would be able to keep both schools open. If this becomes impossible, I would like to argue that it is our team and our leader who should take the helm of our combined school communities. I think it's been shown how much passion there is for our team and our leader in the school community. As enrollment has declined in both schools, I'd like to point out that the enrollment has declined far less at Lockman and Bundy than it has at Marianne Winterland, because our community is so tightly knit, and the value of the love that comes from our leadership and our team can't be underestimated, and you can't find it just anywhere. So I would like to humbly ask that we can keep our family together.
Okay, that was the end of that video. Next, we have Miss Sarita Green commenting live. Miss Green. Let's see if her number. Okay, yeah. Green, I see you're unmuted. Miss Sarita Green.
Yes, I got dropped from the call, but I can hear you now.
Okay, thank you. Miss Green, you have 5 minutes.
Mine is just a quick statement. I am a new parent to North Bend, and I'm not familiar with the building situation or whatever, but my main concern is, since the children are out during the COVID, what's going on now with the COVID, is it possible that the committee or the board can take into consideration that since the kids are out of the building, can they make plans to do whatever maintenance or whatever they need to do to HVAC or whatever while the kids are out of the building? Because they've been out of that building since, the springtime. So it should be time, for them to do whatever they have to do with the two buildings in the school. And I don't think that they're going to be going.
Okay. Ms. Green, was that your, I'm sorry, you got a little cut off there. Was that your entire comment?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Next, we have Mr.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Okay. That was just the I just summed up the statement, just that the kids should. I mean, since the kids are not in school, whatever they have to do with the two buildings, that they should take now while the kids are out of school, so they will be able to go back. Safe building with, the HVAC updated and everything, and everything. The air is clear in the school. That's my that's my comment for everything.
All right. Thank you very much.
Mhm.
Next, we have Mr. Jerome Alexander. You have 5 minutes.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm here again for another public hearing to speak publicly regarding my testimony as a community advocate for Lockwood and Bundy. I'm a former graduate of Lockwood and Bundy Elementary School, and I have been active with different after school programs. I've tutored there, and I've attended and supported Orchids concerts. And I've also done for the last nine years, I've done a community field trip with the school. So I've gotten a chance to, see the environment that's there and notice all of the different resources that are there in Lockwood and Bundy. And I'm very proud to have been a student there. But my concern is that, we're making a decision that's going to affect the kids that are clearly benefiting based on money. It seems like the primary motivation is financial ability from the board or the city. But my question is, like the past person that just did the testimony, why not make the renovations that are needed while we are away? It seems like that would be a sensible thing. And then also, at what point do we stop saying, okay, this costs too much, let's take this away? Because I think there has been a tendency for Baltimore City and the way it interacts with its school system. I mean, you can talk to many different generations, and there's people on this call right now that are from an older generation that would say, well, we used to have gymnastics in school, public school. We used to have driver's ed in school. We used to have and then slowly but surely those things keep being removed away from school because the reason is funding. Well, we can't fund those programs. Well, why not? It makes sense to invest in students, and it makes sense to invest in school systems to have those things. So if the reasoning is to merge with Marianne Winterland is because Marianne Winterland just recently had, or more recently had, better renovations. Okay, are those better renovations still up to 21st century schooling? No. So are we going to be facing this same issue 10 years from now with another generation of kids because those renovations aren't yet made? So why not just do those renovations that are needed for Lockwood and Bundy? The other option is, the thing I want to say is, the school's leadership is amazing at Lockwood and Bundy. And I think that there's an opportunity, instead of breaking and separating the principal from the students and the teachers having to find employment elsewhere because you probably can't bring every teacher along with this merger or suggested merger. Why not do what Harlem Park Middle School used to do, where they had different houses? So you have Calhoun House, you have Harlem House, and they all have their own individual principals and staff of teachers. That way, if you're going to shift the community, to shift this ecosystem that Lockwood and Bundy is, put that ecosystem in Marianne Winterland. And the other concern is, okay, if we're saying that we're going to merge because Marianne Winterland has enough space to accommodate all of Lockwood and Bundy students, does that mean that we're now putting them in a crowded situation again? Because every school system talks about how it's almost better to have less students in one class. Every time you hear a teacher talking about what it's tough to teach 25 to 30 students in a classroom, are we now moving them to that situation for the sake of money? When do we splurge? When do we invest the most Why isn't that where we're investing the most as a municipality? I think that's where we should do it. So that's all I have for it. But I also, I'm sorry, the last thing is, do we have what type of statistics or results do we have for past mergers? Because Gilmore Elementary School was merged with, I think, Penderhughes, but that's the most recent one I can think of. But what are the results? Like, have we actually gone back and said, you know what, this didn't work out so well, or this was phenomenal, it just takes some time? I think that's the way we need to operate. This city in general tends to do a hodgepodge way of fixing things. We just band-aid a lot of things in the city, and I think we can't afford to band-aid schools. We can't afford to band-aid our students. We have to go all out for our students, and taking away something that's clearly working, I think that's just a horrible mistake. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Alexander. Next, we have Miss Jessica Sorrell, and I see you in the attendees, Miss Sorrell.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you. You have 5 minutes.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, commissioners and staff that are on the line. My name is Jessica Sorrell, and I'm a new parent at North Bend Elementary Middle School. My son is in kindergarten. I've also been able to fortunately serve as a volunteer at the school through my church, who is one of the community school partners for North Bend the last 4 years, and just wanted to share some concerns from a few parents regarding the West Baltimore building surplus and its impact on North Bend. It's just like right across, sitting on the same campus as North Bend. And before sharing the concerns, just want to say thanks to the commissioners and staff during a really difficult year. Thank you for your leadership. So the 4 main concerns that have come out of some of the parent meetings that we've had just in the last couple weeks. One is similar to Ms. Green's comments, would just ask the district to prioritize the renovations at North Bend and take advantage of this really unfortunate time that we're not in the building to do the HVAC upgrades that are going on, so that students don't have to swing into the West Baltimore building. It will be exciting to go back to the building. It will also be nerve-wracking to go back to the building. And I think it would be even more challenging to do that at a swing space and not knowing kind of the condition that we'd be returning into that space kind of post-COVID. So just really would ask for district leadership to, however possible, prioritize those renovations at North Bend would get done so that students don't have to swing into that in the fall. The second concern was just around communication. Would ask that that the district would communicate with the North Bend school staff and parents at least twice a month on the updates of those construction, allow us to know how it's going in the next few months, give us the opportunity in the spring if it looks like maybe we'd have to swing. Unfortunately, give parents and staff the opportunity to walk the West Baltimore building, think through that transition thoughtfully and carefully as we return to school. The third concern was just around managing that swing building while it's vacant or underutilized. Just in the last few years, while it's been a swing space, there's been some break-ins, a fire, some issues with vandalism at the site. And so would ask the district for your partnership and support to figure out how to maintain that building so it's safe for the community, it's safe for people living, the building stays standing, keeping that asset actually an asset while it gets surplus and figures out a new future for it. So wanting to know that there's a plan and that there's clear communication and partnership on keeping that building safe and secure while it's in this transition period. And the last concern and ask from the district is just around thinking about the future of that West Baltimore building. There has been very little if any community engagement that's been intentionally done to think about the future of that building, other than just kind of our last couple meetings that have been done, and would just love your partnership in thinking about how kind of the future of that building and how it could benefit the North Bend elementary school staff and parents and broader community, whether that's thinking about an expanded use of the building for a future kind of larger North Bend space, or thinking about a future for that building that there's dedicated community space, so that an academic space, things like in some of our parent conversations, things about, a STEM space or culinary or cooking space, expanded Head Start or early childhood space. So really trying to think kind of proactively and creatively about how that building, sitting within a big 20-acre campus with North Bend, like really think about what a 21st century thriving future looks like, and not just kind of surplus and walk away. I don't think that's the intention or the desire of the district, but would love for that not to be the case. And it's really something that we can partner and think about between now and the surplus, and really create a really great plan for that benefits North Bend and benefits the community and benefits the district. So those are my comments. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Sorrell. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yes. Yeah, you are. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Next, we have Ms. Mary Sanchez. Mary Sanchez, are you on?
Yes, I'm on.
Thank you. You have 5 minutes.
Okay. So good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you just fine.
Great. Okay, I will be sharing some statements relative to the decision to surplus the West Baltimore building and to complete renovations at North Bend Elementary Middle School. Several years ago, my niece, who graduated from the University of Maryland College Park, she wrote a research paper about the opportunities children and young adults have as impacted by the area where they reside. She was inspired by the disparity between the opportunities for the children living just within the Baltimore City District and the children living near the city line in Baltimore County. Her contemplation was specifically focused on the noted disparities of the opportunities for children living near the county city line at North Bend Road, Frederick Avenue, and Paradise. Let's consider some of these opportunities and research to note if Baltimore City can provide critical opportunities for the North Bend community, such as educational facilities, early childhood locations, newly constructed elementary middle schools, and newly constructed high schools, recreation facilities such as gyms, tracks, fields, gardens, community facilities such as updated libraries, senior centers, homeless outreach facilities. You've heard this saying many times, our children are our future. They will be the adults working in hospitals caring for us. They will be the adults teaching our grandchildren. They will be the adults policing our streets. They will be the adults defending the innocent and prosecuting the guilty. They will be the adults caring for their own children. Let's provide them with the means to become independent, healthy, prosperous adults. Please consider not only the cost effectiveness, but the long-term effects on the North Bend community when making the decisions for reconstruction versus new construction. The children in this community should be able to walk to their neighborhood school, drink the water within the school, work within an environment that is comfortable, have access to equipment, instruments, materials, facilities to participate in special programs and classes such as art, music, band, dance, theater, track and field, basketball, and other structured activities. The children in this community should have the educational materials and the technology needed to prepare them for career opportunities in the 21st century. During his visit to North Bend Elementary Middle School to observe the installation of a new playground, Jack Young suggested to one of North Bend's special educators that the city should bring down West Baltimore Middle School and provide new construction for North Bend Elementary Middle School on the site. What a sensible statement. One school year, I worked with a student in the 8th grade who emphatically stated to me that he wanted to attend Mount St. Joseph school because it was a great school. When I think of the student, I think of a school that is comfortable to work in, a school that provides wonderful technology and equipment for learning, a school with extracurricular facilities such as a gym, track field, auditorium, laboratories. This school year, North Bend Elementary Middle School has both an experienced teacher, Miss Shonda Tyler, who graduated from West Baltimore School, as well as an urban resident teacher, Miss Kayla Leach, who graduated from North Bend Elementary Middle School on staff this year. In January of 2015, Ms. Tyler received the ABC2 MECU Teachers Are Heroes Award for her outstanding work and dedication to her preschool students. It is evident that this community has the potential to provide the necessary building blocks to help the students reach beyond their own expectations. The North Bend school community is committed to doing and providing the best for our students. Let's continue to work together in the pursuit of excellence for our children. Consider the construction of a new 21st century school for our community. Thanks for your attention.
Thank you, Ms. Sanchez. Next, we have Ms. Sabrina Landon. Ms. Landon, are you on? I see your phone number, so if you're on your phone, you can hit *6 to unmute.
Now?
Yes, Miss Landon?
Oh, you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm on here on behalf of my school, Lockman Bundy. Due to COVID, we left because we worked for Experience Corps, volunteering to help our children. I also had 2 children to graduate out of Lockman Bundy, and I've been a volunteer there ever since, and that was 13 years ago. I'm just here to just ask the board, please don't close my school, because when it's safe to go back, I want to go back, and I want to help my children. I want to help my teachers. I want to be there for my principal and the staff, because like you have heard before, we are a family, and we're there not just for the children, but we're there for one another just as well. And our principal, she has done a remarkable job.
Miss Landon, was that your entire comment? I see you back on mute. I wasn't sure.
6 again. Hello?
Yes, you cut off for a little bit.
Oh, okay. All righty. I just want to reiterate, please do not close our school, because I do plan to go back as a senior citizen and help our babies, because they need us. And the program that I was in, like I said, was Experience Corps, and we helped with literacy with the children, and I enjoyed that, and the children enjoyed us. So I'm asking the board, please continue to keep our school, and we as parents, volunteers, staff, we will continue to be there for our children and whatever need that they have. Now, I do have 2 children that's coming on, so I thank you for my listening to my comment. Goodbye.
Thank you so much, Miss Landon. Next,
Hello?
Yes, hello?
I'm just getting here.
Okay, we're working our way through the public comment list. So if you signed up, we are working our way through.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Next, we have Mr. Lowrider James. Mr. James.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. And you have 5 minutes.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. You have 5 minutes.
Okay. Hello everybody. Hope y'all having a wonderful day. And I'm a former alumni of Lockman Bundy. I graduated, I believe, around 2016, and I'm now a sophomore at Baltimore School for the Arts. I would just like to say, Lockman Bundy is a family and a community. And out of all the schools I've been in, Lockman Bundy has pushed me, has put faith in my mind, has just overall supported me in everything. And by saying this, every time I go back to that school, I try to help. And I see the kids there learning, having a good time. And it's just a family. And without that family, it wouldn't be the same. What I'm saying is, if Lockman Bundy wasn't to be there, the children wouldn't learn. The children wouldn't see faith in their future. Lockman Bundy provides that. And by me being there for 10 years plus, it's just overwhelming to now hear that the school is shutting down just because y'all want to renovate and just pack a new building. Along with saying that, because it's a community, a family, the students learn. The students feel comfortable. They won't feel comfortable if they go into an unknown building with unknown people and no friends at all. So what I'm saying by this is, just please take into consideration on what the youth will feel and the students will feel, because at the end of the day, the youth is what empowers the future. And if they don't feel comfortable and if they don't see a sense of hope, then they're not going to learn, and they're not just going to have the perseverance that Lockman Bundy provides to everyone. And that's what I just want to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. James.
They can't work for them motherfucking school.
Next, we have Miss Kiana Carrington. Kiana Carrington.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You have about 5 minutes.
Okay, I'm Kiana Carrington. I graduated from Lockman Bundy in 2014. Lockman Bundy has always been my foundation. It's the school that started me on this grateful journey that I am. I'm now a senior at high school, and I've gotten into a lot of colleges because of Lockman Bundy, and just having that knowledge from Lockman Bundy and wisdom from Lockman Bundy. They always were supportive of any decision I made. The principal still checks on me until this day, and it's always been like a family. So to hear that this is closing, it's just really sad, because Baltimore City kids already feel like a lot of people don't understand them. And to take them out of an environment they're so used to and to move them into somewhere that's unknown, it's just not going to make situations better. And in the city, we see that a lot. We see people renovating places, not even gentrification, places not even lasting as long as a year, because people don't want to move in. And to just kick kids out of a building that they're so used to, and not into consideration the families, the school zones, how many kids are going to be in the classroom. It's just not considering the education values at all. And moving, and Lockman Bundy, even if the enrollment has gone down, I'm pretty sure that it can go up. And just moving into Marianne Winterland, I feel like that's just going to be a lot, and it's going to be overcrowded. So Lockman Bundy is a very good school. It has always been a great school. Miss Hill has always done her best for kids. She has always looked after kids, and she has always checked in on kids. And to say that now, and I want to come back to my community when I graduate from high school and college and stuff, and come back to Lockman Bundy and add on to that foundation, and to add on to the great things that I want to do in my life, and to just remember that Lockman Bundy is there, and that I started from there, and to add back to that community and just not forget about it. So that's why I really want Lockman Bundy to be there. And kids nowadays, we need something to go back on as we get to the adults, so we can show the younger generations that we are willing to move up, and we are looking at you, and we're willing to make a change. And that's how it starts. And today, for all the people that's speaking, it really takes a lot to get on here and speak. And it just takes a lot to talk about a school that's so well known and to just hear it's going down because of enrollment, that's just not okay. But that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next, we have Miss Mary Ward. Miss Ward. And Miss Ward, if you're on your phone, you can hit *6 to unmute.
Was Makiba Dower called?
Miss Ward. Okay. I see you unmuted now. Yeah, we can hear you, Miss Ward.
She probably don't know what star is.
Well, I see her number unmuted, Miss Ward. All right, we will come back to Miss Ward. Can we? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello? Okay, good evening. My name is Mary Ward, and I am an experienced course tutor, one of the partners of, Lockman Bundy, where we were there until, the COVID-19 came through. But anyway, I just want to say about Lockman Bundy, I have never, first of all, I had 3 children that went to Lockman Bundy, and they really did great. One of them wound up being a chef after they graduated. I mean, left there, went to high school, graduated, wound up being a chef. The other one, is a computer tech. The other one is a social worker. And then I have 2 grandchildren. One of them graduated from Boyd State University, which is in the computer business. And the other one is also a juvenile justice system, also a minor in social work. But anyway, I just want to say Lockman Bundy is one of the best schools that I have ever came in contact with. I've never had a principal like Miss Kimberly Miller. From the very first time I came there, she just made you the type of person that you felt like that you've been known. She's the type of person that's care about her students, care about her staff. She tried to do everything that she can, bringing in like partners, different partners to make sure that the children get the education that they need. She see that they go on field trips to see that if, they do what they're supposed to do and come with attendance and, good grades and everything, where they be coming from, going somewhere. And I find out like removing a child, a scholar, we call them, from one school and putting them somewhere else, they're used to the teachers, they're used to the principal, they're used to us, being there. And they can feel uncomfortable and they may not do as well. There's many students that I know of from, parents being there, and I get to know the parents and everything, that really came out of there doing good and still doing good, getting ready to graduate and everything like that. Miss Kimberly Miller, the principal, she's like a mother hen. She even gives rides to students that need one, naturally with the parents' permission. If there's families that are in need, she makes sure that we all rally together like one big happy family like it was, I guess, back in the day. She goes beyond and the call of duty to really help a child. And sometimes she don't even take lunch because she goes in when a child might need, help and everything. She has an open door policy. And, it's just a great school. And my thing is, if you move a child from there, out of the environment that they're used to and everything, place them somewhere else, they may not get that love, care, and concern that they get at Lockman Bundy. Because believe it or not, we are just like one family. And we just pitch in and help each other, help the children, and the parents get to know us and everything. But if they go somewhere else, they could be one of the students that's left behind. And with everything that's going on out here nowadays, they don't need that. They need to stay in their comfort zone, their own comfort zone. And I feel like moving them out of that school, then, you know, it would be really a mistake. And like Mr. Alexander and a couple of the other people that spoke said, during this time now that the school is shut down, anything that needs to be renovated, you know, let it be done now. Bring it up to where it should be so that the students can stay right there. We have a lot of community partners that the principal, she makes sure that, you know, comes in to help out in all walks of life. We have a lot of after school programs and in school, you know, during the day. And then she even have a room set up when, like, if the children get like a little stressed out or whatever, you know, she have a room set up where they can unwind there, you know, for a little bit. She has someone there to make sure that they're there, you know, to help the children and, you know, to get through. We have Roberta House, and we have reading partners. You know, she gets everything that she can get to make sure that the children are going to meet their grades and excel in life. And where if any, you know, if the children or the family is concerned, we're all concerned, because it's like they say, treat thy neighbor as thyself. That's what we are about. And I just hope and I pray that some kind of way, that a way can be made that school will stay right where it's at and the students can return to that school. And like I say, you would not want to find a better staff, and definitely not a better principal with her doors always on swinging hinges to help anybody. She is just a jewel. She really is. And also the staff, the teachers and everybody are about the children.
Thank you, Ms. Ward.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Next, we have Ms. Diana Garrison. Ms. Garrison, are you on? Ms. Garrison, if you're on a phone, you can hit *6. All right, I don't see your phone number, so I will come back to Ms. Garrison. Next, we have Ms. Dominique Richardson. Dominique Richardson, are you on? Okay, Jane Johnson. Jane Johnson. Let's see. I see your number, so if you need to unmute again, it's *6. But I do see your phone number for the attendees. Yeah, Jane Johnson.
Yeah, this is actually her husband, Anthony.
Okay, you have 5 minutes.
I want to speak. Yes, I want to speak on her behalf. I come from Lockman Bunny. I'm 32 years of age now, and I have a long history with Lockman Bunny, all the way when Donald Lipscomb was the principal. This was in 95, I would say, 92, 95. Yes, the school just has been amazing. I have 10 kids that goes to Lockman Bundy, and that's a lot to deal with. 10 kids, and not all the time that the kids, they tend to act out and do things. I don't really get calls as much because the teachers and the principals and the staff understand. You don't have to call home every time for a certain thing or this, that, and the third if it's not that serious. I just want to say, please do not close Lockman Bundy, because it's a community school. It's been up for years. Even before me, like I said, my whole family has been going to that school. I can be on here all day long talking to you guys, but that's the only thing that I can say. Like, please, if there's any way, that you guys can find it in your heart, please do not close the school. And like one lady said, upgrading it. By this pandemic going on, you guys know what I'm saying, have the power to, clean the atmosphere, around the school, do some cleaning up, taking care of certain things, while this thing is going on. But please do not close Lockman Bundy, because it'll hurt the community, because it's something that we used to, like an old blanket, you might put it to the side, but you can always go back to it. It's just a loving school. And like I said, they're around the community, they're hands-on. You don't get too many schools that, like the lady said, picking a kid up and dropping them off. A lot of parents and principals, they don't do that for the school. For Lockman Bundy, I hope it's there to stay through many years. And like I said, I had 10 kids, and donuts with dads are the best. Donuts with dads are the best. When I was going to school, we didn't have donuts for dads. Now that Lockman Bundy with Miss Hill have donuts for dads, I'm there all the time. So it's just, a little hurtful that, what's going on now, in the whole entire United States and even over the world, that we got to just hear this little small news, which is something that is so big to us, something that is so small impact a whole entire community, from people from different cities from north and south and east wants to go to Lockman Bundy, the kids, because they hear about it and they have family members on this side, don't even want to go to their own district school because they love and hear about Lockman Bundy so much. That is a big deal. Kids that can walk across the street almost to their school doesn't even want to go there. I know those people, they prefer to go to Lockman Bundy. So I think that is a big deal. That's something that, you guys should look into. I'm just asking y'all, from the bottom of my heart, please do not close Lockman Bundy. And I appreciate it. Keep your heads up and eyes open. And may God be the glory.
Thank you for your testimony.
You're welcome.
Next, we have Makiba Dower. Makiba?
Hello, I'm here.
Okay, great. Ms. Dower, you have 5 minutes.
I have it that I'm from the east side, so I come from Charles Village, and over there were only 2 schools, Margaret Brent Elementary and Barclay. And the only middle school that you could go to was Barclay because it had elementary and middle over there. So I understand going to schools that are community central, and Lockman Bundy has it that reminds me of Margaret Brent, of it being an old school that has a rich history and is basically a legacy school. And I would have loved for my little brother to have gone to Margaret Brent like I did, and one of my cousins and my mom, and to experience the legacy that most other students have experienced. And I feel as though that with Lockman Bundy being as small as it is, it gives the children more attention than they would in a bigger school setting, because more kids, more trouble, more attention being taken away from kids who really do need it. And I feel as though that really if Lockman Bundy was to merge with Marianne Winterling, but still have the zone for people across Franklin be zoned to Harlem, I wouldn't do that, because going to a middle school / elementary school, bullying is already a problem with elementary school because kids are, bringing home behaviors that they learn at home and around older children and adults, and that already has a problem with kids who do need that attention with their learning and their confidence being torn down when they're trying to build it up. And I feel as though it would be more detrimental to the overall learning experience for those kids who do need that attention, who do need that time and care, and for a principal to be so involved. Honestly, throughout all of my schoolings, I've been to several schools. I have never come across a principal that was as involved as Ms. Hill has, and there have been problems with my brother being bullied, and she has it that she has been on point with trying to mediate and understand what the situations were and talking with us to understand that, okay, that this type of behavior isn't tolerated, but we take measures to try to alternate that behavior versus as straight out zero tolerance occurring. So I feel as though that it really makes no sense to go ahead and shut down a school. If renovations is a thing, then go ahead and do it right now. I mean, there's no excuse. I mean, down the street, down Martin Luther King Boulevard, you're building a whole new, I think, middle school or high school. Come on. You can't renovate a building? That's all I have to say.
Thank you for your testimony. Next, we have Ms. Tanya Ely, and I remember you commented earlier. Ms. Ely, are you still on?
How you doing?
Good.
Yeah, yes, I'm still on. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
How y'all doing? Good evening. My name is Tanya Ely. I'm a cafeteria worker at Lockman Bundy Elementary School, and I just want to say that I will really would like to thank y'all for everything that the board and trying to help keep Lockman Bundy open, and just working there, just knowing that the principal, Miss Miller, she's just a wonderful principal that I ever in my life ever met, that comfort the children when they walk in the door. The kids is just so lovely when they come to school. They shining, they happy. We welcome them into open arms. And I promise them, when I had my child, I had 5 other children that is in Baltimore City School. When I had my child, I promised I would send my son to Lockham and Bundy. And when I had my baby, he goes to Lockham and Bundy. And everything that the school do, they open them kids up with open arms. All the staff is wonderful. All the children, they just love coming in the building. They be so excited to walk in the building. They run to you. Oh, Miss Ely, oh, Miss Miller, oh, the staff, anybody that at the front door that they see, that they know, they give hugs. I'm so thankful to be the school. I'm happy. So for y'all to close the school, I think it's not right to close the school or to merge the school with another school, because them kids that go to Lockham and Bundy, they used to smaller classes. They just used to being in that building where it's just a family. The school is so much a family where you could be going through something today and tomorrow the principal knocking on your door, asking you why the child has not been to school, asking you or calling you everything in the family's okay, where she send you to different resources to help the families out of the children that go to the school. The school is just a school where it's just love, and everything about the school is just everything. And I just ask you, please do not close the school down, because as we are staff that work at Lockham and Bundy, and I've been there for 13 years serving food, and I've seen some things come in and out the school. But the principal, she holds us together. She gets everything straight for the school, and everything is just a family. So can y'all just please, board, I'm just asking y'all, please, been working for them in Lockman and Bundy for 13 years. Can y'all please just keep the school open on the behalf of the children? The children need us. They come, they talk to us, they tell everything, and they just I'm just hurt to hear that the school is being closed, because it's something like a family to me. I don't have family like I thought I had, but coming to work every day is a family. I come in with hugs, smiles, kisses. The children just melt my heart to see them walk into them doors of 261. So I'm just asking the board, can y'all please just keep our school open and let the principal, Miss Hill, be the principal of our school to keep kids safe and comfort. I never seen a principal go out on a corner and be a crossing guard. When it was dismissal time, she goes out and she be a crossing guard. She walks the children home. She goes to the doors of the homes of the people. She brings them to school in the morning. She'll leave out the school building to make sure every child have attendance in school. And if it's not, she will make sure every child eats. She will come back to us in the cafeteria. They late. I had to go pick them up from school, pick them up to bring them to school. Can y'all feed them? Yes, we will. She makes sure every child have a home. And it's like a house. It's like everybody live in one house at Lockman Bundy. It's comfortable and it's cozy, it's warm and it's lovely. So I just ask the board, can y'all please just keep Lockman Bundy open and for the staff and for the children? Because if y'all transfer them to another school, we might lose our kids. I would like to thank y'all, and y'all have a blessed day. And please be mindful to keep Lockman Bundy open.
Thank you, Ms. Ely.
Thank you.
Next, we have Ms. Felicia Lyons. Ms. Lyons?
Hello.
Yes, you have 5 minutes.
Hi. Okay, thank you. Good evening. My name is Felicia Lyons, and my daughter is Samaya Lyons, and she attends Lockman Bundy. She has attended Lockman Bundy since pre-K. She loves her school. The children, my daughter, we have a great bond, and we talk about everything. So when the conversation came up that the school would be closing, the kids knew before we did. I'm going to say that for me. My daughter called me like, Ma, they closing Lockman Bundy. I'm not going to Harriet Lane. Like, she is upset. She's not going to Harriet Lane. She has it set in her mind. I need us as parents, as the board, as the principal, and all that. We have to take in consideration at the end of the day, it's about those children. If those children don't want to go to school, it's going to be an issue. They have gotten comfortable at a school where they can learn. I just was telling one of my friends how I love Lockman Bundy. They are very, they're supportive. The principal is supportive. The teachers remember your children from when they had them in pre-K. When they see you, oh, Samaya, you have grown up. They are it's very family oriented. They take your children in when I go to work. I know other people feel the same way. When I go to work and I drop my daughter off at school, I know that when she's dropped off at 8:45 for school, 7:45 for school, when she get out at 2:40, she is fine. She is safe. It's a crossing guard at the corner. Someone is picking her up. Like, she is safe. I'm not saying that she can't get that at another school, but at this point, my daughter don't want to go to no other school but Lockman Bundy, and I am her parent, and I have to speak for her. I pray more every day about, please do not close Lockman Bundy. The principal is a awesome principal. The teachers are awesome. If your child is lagging or anything, they bring it to your attention. If you don't see it, if you think you need to talk to them, you are able to go to them and tell them, and they'll tell you, oh, I see the same thing. And you work as a team. It's a team effort at Lockman Bundy. Please, whatever you do, take into consideration every person that has gotten on this call to speak for Lockman Bundy have told nothing but the truth. From the present to the past, it is nothing but the truth. I need y'all to reconsider thinking about closing this place. If it's a problem about fixing the school, it can be fixed now. It's people that's here, it's parents. I know I'm as a parent, I'm willing to volunteer. If you need me to come and do community service to help to fix the school, I'm willing to do that. Like, I can put on an N95, go into school, sweep, mop, whatever you need me to do. Please do not close Lockman Bundy. Thank you, and you guys have a blessed day.
Thank you so much, Ms. Lyons.
You're welcome.
Next, we have comment from Ashley Galloway. Ashley, I see your phone number. So you might be unmuting at the moment, but it's just a reminder, *6 if you're on a phone.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I was talking and I forgot to press *6. My apologies. Okay, so I wrote what I wanted to say down. Hello, my name is Ashley Galloway, and I'm a proud parent of a student that attends Lockman Bundy by the name of Cameron Henderson. My child has attended this school since pre-K. This has become a part of who he is today. He participates in choir, which he is always asked to sing. He does the morning announcements, and the list goes on. He also plays various instruments
at a music program that he has started attending called Orchids. Since enrolling my child at this school, they have been very supportive. For example, partnering with a grief program for students. Not many students in the city, not many schools in the city offer that. During this time, that is well needed for the students to feel they have support. Secondly, this school is big on education, which is top of the list important. Each grade represents different colleges. They have visited and met so many people. Ms. Miller has always been there for the parents and students since he has started this school. Even though my child will be graduating this year, it would be selfish to take away this opportunity for other students, new and current, to experience this great organization. Lockham and Bundy is more like a family than just a school. The teachers are awesome. They really show interest in teaching these children. It's hard to find teachers who actually care about their job and the students. The safety of those kids are put in the staff hands daily, and we as parents entrust them to do so daily. There was an incident that happened in front of the school. The principal, staff, adult leaders took action in getting the students to a safe location and contacted parents immediately. One of the scariest moments of my life. And I will always thank them and be grateful for caring for not just my child, but those other babies. Lockham and Bundy is a part of the community and is needed. Let's leave well enough alone and work on making it better. Thank you, LB Rocks. Ms. Miller, since I've come in contact with Ms. Miller, like I've stated, my son has attended Lockham and Bundy since he was in pre-K, and he's in the 5th grade right now. We have developed a very great relationship. All of his teachers, even the ones that are no longer there, that are still there, they love my son. My son loves that school. And even with him graduating this year, we will always be a part of the Lockham and Bundy family through his music program that he started with Orchids. Please don't take away this school. It is, like I said, it is well needed. The school supports the community and the community supports the school. And they will always have my support. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Galloway. Next, we have Tanique Frazier. Tanique, are you on? Okay, I do not see your phone number, so I'll come back. Letitia Hicks. Letitia Hicks, are you on?
Hello, do you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, good afternoon. My name is Letitia Hicks, and I've worked at Lockham and Bundy for some years. I'm a custodial worker there. And I just would like to say that this school is just like a blessing from God. I would like to speak on the behalf of the principal, the students, the teachers, and all the staff. Miss Hill, I prayed for Miss Hill to come to that school. When she came to that school, she did a 360. She had programs such as the Roberta House to help kids deal with death. She also had another program that I like called Reading Partners. I never seen these programs in schools and how adults and have their own children. Reading Partners help children better their reading. And I would like to say that I'm a custodial, so I'm in the building, all around the building. And the building is not in bad shape, where as though it needs to close. I feel as though closing the school will really impact the kids the most because it's going to be really traumatic. They would need counseling and everything. These kids, they love coming to school. Some kids, they look forward to eating breakfast, lunch. Some kids don't have that every day, and we give them that. We even give them extra. And as far as the principal, this lady, I call her an angel because she do things that I never in my life seen a principal do. She goes to people's houses. She's been a crossing guard. She shovels snow. For kids. And I just know that this will really impact the kids. And if there's anything that I can do as a custodial worker for Baltimore City Schools for Lockham and Bundy, I will do. I will knock on doors, anything. I just would like to say that I will be praying every day that this school stays open. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your testimony.
You're welcome.
We've reached the end, so I'm going to go back over who previously signed up and wasn't online. I believe Diana Garrison, are you online? Diana Garrison, I'm looking for your number and I don't see it.
I wanted to talk again.
Matthew speaking.
Anthony Moore.
And okay, give me one moment. Let me get through the rest of the list, and then we'll revisit. Dominique Richardson. Dominique Richardson. Okay, Tanique Frazier.
Where my lights all at?
Okay. I did receive a video, Madam Chair, if you think we have time, I believe it's a video, if you think we have time for that, or we can just go straight to the presentation. I'll defer to you.
I believe we have time. We blocked out 2 hours, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So we can look at the video and then after that go to the presentation.
Okay. All right. So this is a letter and a video from Dayon Harris. So give me one moment.
Can you please read the letter first?
Sure. I was just pulling up the video, but yes, I can read the letter first. Okay. To whom it may concern. Good evening. My name is Dayon, and I'm a current student in Baltimore City who used to attend Lockerman Bundy Elementary School since pre-K through 5th grade. I have 2 little cousins who go there now, and I would like for the school building to stay open so they can experience the love, care, and hard work that goes behind those doors every day. The best part of growing up in my elementary years was walking up to the school every day, past all the negative things that I see in my neighborhood, and going through those blue doors to a whole different place that made me feel valued and loved. Going through the doors at 301 Pulaski Street made me feel special. From the time I was in 3rd grade, I became part of the broadcast team, had a chance to visit 7 different colleges, and learn how to be respectful and study hard so I can stay on the honor roll and the principal's list. The best part of this experience was knowing which college I wanted to go to back when I was in kindergarten. Then I also had a chance to be on WBAL TV and have everyone in our state see our wonderful school. Being on our broadcast team helped me become better with my writing, speaking, listening, reading, and communicating with others. My experience at Lockerman Bundy has helped me prepare for my future. I now want to major in communications or journalism and attend either Johns Hopkins University that I went to in 3rd grade or become a member of the U.S. Naval Academy that I went to in 5th grade. I definitely respect the fact that the school system will save money if Lockerman Bundy students go to Marianne Winterland. I also understand that building is larger and just received new windows. We received new windows too when I was in the 5th grade 2 years ago. What's the difference? Keller Williams helped to add new things in our buildings like walls in the library. Different churches and students at Stanford University came to our school and helped us to create gardens and painted the walls. I was part of the broadcast team who interviewed them. I feel that kids get more attention and feel loved and cared for when they would stay in a smaller school. My 2 cousins are in the 2nd grade and 4th grade, and I know that they would be upset if they had to go into a larger school with more kids they didn't know. They've already asked about going on to college tours that I went on every year since pre-K. They always ask me about being on TV, videos, and the broadcast team just like me. They love the game room that they had to go in. They love the game room that they get to go into when they have good behavior on Fridays. They also want to continue to see the bright walls that make them feel safe and happy every day. I'm not sure how they will react if they know their building will close down forever and they won't get a chance to graduate from our bright school on Pulaski Street. I go back to school and volunteer and help my cousins. Please don't close the school. I want to share a few of the moments I experienced at the school. When we had visitors like the news stations and college students that visit the school, they never wanted to leave because they would always tell me how much they enjoyed being in the building, just like I did and the rest of the students. I want to share a few clips of how Lockman Bundy's buildings and students have been featured from local news to the Hippodrome stage to the international show Voices of America. My broadcast team and I were featured in 7 different countries in different languages. You will see the joy in my face as much as the joy in other students in these scenes. What would happen if the students at the other school might accept the fun-filled learning environment that is Lockman Bundy? Please consider not closing our school. Thank you for the time. Thanks for taking the time to listen. Here's a clip for you to see. Sincerely, Dayon Harris.
It's all about learning, but she makes it all fun. It's all about learning, but she makes it all fun.
We are currently at Lockman Bundy Elementary School on Pulaski Street in West Baltimore. Our students have faced many challenges. This is a high crime area in West Baltimore.
However, when they come here, they know that this is a place where they're going to be safe, they're going to be accepted, and overall, they're going to have a fun experience.
You can actually do that.
Elijah Davis has taken a lot of school pictures, but this is different. Picture day won't happen for a few weeks at Lockman Bundy Elementary School. This was his idea, lending his time and talents to photograph students with a simple message. I am so awesome.
And the background says I'm so awesome, so whenever I'm feeling sad or lonely or something, I can always remember that picture. I think it's pretty cool that someone wants to look out and take pictures and do stuff for kids who really, some kids who have self-esteem issues.
It's about more than taking a picture, though. Elijah Davis hopes this improves the students' self-esteem and helps them make better decisions. Demore Crawford loves having her picture taken. She says, when you feel good about yourself, you treat others with kindness. Elijah Davis isn't just a photographer. He's also a mentor in schools, but that's not how he got this idea. He says he got this idea after he was the victim of a violent crime, and that crime was committed by a young person.
This is the 3rd year these children are taking part in a documentary filmmaking class.
You want to line the subject up.
3 times a week, they get together to brainstorm, tell stories, and write. Yeah. They also learn the behind-the-scenes skills.
You want to always make sure you listen for the click. They're learning framing and composition and rule of thirds and all these other kind of technical things. They're learning how to set up the camera, how to use the camera, how to use the audio equipment.
Along the way, they are learning important life skills.
What is one thing you wish people understood about you?
So I really play a lot.
We really find the value in teaching documentary style because, as I simply put it, documentaries are real people talking about real issues.
My name
Youth Truth was the group's first project.
I am in the 4th grade, and today my topic will be about how it's people killing other people.
I just listened to these, these children express themselves.
You want to know what I'm tired of?
They talked about all the different things that they were tired of. They were tired of, like I said, people being mistreated by the police. They were tired of violence in their neighborhood. That film had gone on to be screened at the youth segment of the Maryland Film Festival here in Baltimore. It won the Audience Choice Awards at the Born in Baltimore Film Festival.
Last year, the group produced I Ready, a song about standardized testing that's now being shown in schools in Baltimore City. The lyrics were written by school principal Kimberly Hill Miller. She's a big supporter of the filmmaking class, which she says gives students a chance to develop speaking and listening skills. Schools in Baltimore City. The lyrics were written by school principal Kimberly Hill Miller. She's a big supporter of the filmmaking class, which she says gives students a chance to develop speaking and listening skills.
First, like what we want to do. You could do a lot of other things. If you try them, it mostly gives me confidence.
Confidence, teamwork, and creativity. Skills that will help these kids become filmmakers or anything else they want to become. For writer Faiza El Masri in Baltimore, Maryland.
Nice and slow.
Carol Pearson, VOA News.
The swag parade is really fun and engaging, and they know that at the end of the month, there's going to be one boy and one girl chosen, so the students are always working towards that.
I feel like how I am when I'm home. I feel love. I can be myself here. It's really big. Everyone knows it. Each year we go to a different college. Not a lot of kids get to get this opportunity.
When they're having fun, the genius inside of each child comes alive.
Never let it rest till your good is your better and your better is your best. Lockman Bundy scholars always do their best each and every day.
Okay, I will now turn it over to Ms. Alvarez.
Thank you, Christian. And thanks everyone for participating in today's session. I think it was really important, and it's good to hear from everybody that participated. I think it's important things for us to know and understand. I just want to, I'm not going to do the whole presentation. I just want to just do a couple of reminders, especially there's a question about process. I just want to make sure that we go over the process. So the steering committee meetings are happening. I think all school communities that have recommendations pending have had their first meetings, but the second meetings, you should have an invite from your school leader for the second meeting. That's a meeting. So if you still have unanswered questions, I think there was some testimony at the start about unanswered questions. That's the meeting where you're going to get full answers. Additionally, we've extended that opportunity to do additional meetings with people. You can also send questions. I'm going to show the slide where you can send questions in a second. Just as a reminder, the board will vote and make its decision on January 12th. So all of this public testimony, all of the letters, and the thoughtfulness of everybody that's participated is so important for the board to hear and to understand. And so we really appreciate everybody's participation in that part of the process. If you have questions about any of the recommendations, you can send it to this email address. It will come directly to staff that are responsible for these recommendations. So myself, my teams, and we will provide answers. So I just want to make sure people had lingering questions. Again, there's two ways. The steering committee, that second meeting, is going to go over all the specific things that are unanswered that people have, and you can send questions directly. And you can continue to send feedback to the board in writing. So this meeting concludes the oral testimony in this format, but you can send written feedback to the board through January 8th. That's the Friday before the board votes. And I recommend if you send written testimony to send it to this email address. This presentation is on the district website. It's also included if you in the information that we sent out via email and the presentations that we sent. You can also click links on various pages of the district website. You can go to the board page and find this. You can go to the annual review page to set up and find this on the district website. And again, I just want to thank everyone for their participation and their thoughtfulness around this. And thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Alvarez, and I will turn it back to you, Madam Chair.
Will there be anybody else able to talk?
Okay, Mr. Gay, I don't know if you, I'm looking at time.
We do
I'm
have,
not certain of the number of folks. Yeah.
I'll defer to you, but we do have some time if you want to allow some short comments.
Okay. I can go now.
Yeah, I have
Can you let
10
us know
kids
who
from
you are,
Lockwood Bunny
please?
that's willing to speak.
That's one of the reasons that I'm doing this, because we need to know who is speaking and the number of folks who want to go. So I can't tell from the phone numbers. Can you the first speaker, would you please tell us who you are, and we will take your test. Yes.
My name is Vonda McAdams. It's VAUNDA.
Go ahead.
Okay. How y'all doing? Well, this would have been my 10th year volunteering actually at Lockman Bundy. I had 2 kids that graduated, and I had 1 left. And I just want to say that at Lockman Bundy, we are a family. If the attendance has been low previously, and it has also been too high at times, where if the classes were too big, the principal always made a way. Some of the kids and family come to the school for more than just education. My oldest son, he didn't go there. He didn't attend there. But he used to come after school to volunteer when he get out of his school, because he said he loved the school and he wished he went there. If you mix 2 schools, usually what happens is the school gets be overcrowded. And of course, with every school I've heard of merging, some of the problem is always some problems arise, whether it be with the kids not knowing the new kids that come in, and they, is either fighting or it's some, it's mostly because the teachers, there's too many kids, and the teachers can't give attention to 30+ kids in a class. So, in my opinion, smaller classes sometimes are better, and the teachers can give the kids more attention. And it's like taking kids from their safe home with all this going on. It's hard for everyone to adjust. The kids are saying that they want to go back to school, but they can't. When they do, it's going to be a totally different school and new everything. That's going to be harder for them to adjust all over again. Whereas though, if they go back to their school, they used to familiar faces. It's like their second home. Some of the kids don't go to school just for education. They go for love that they don't get at home, or whatever the case may be. It's an escape. And the principal and the staff, they're good. They're good for that. Also, I wrote some of the stuff down. They have went to houses. I know it's been more the principal, the nurse. It's been plenty of people from the school that have dropped off work where the kids can't show up. The parent may be working or whatever the case may be. The parent, somebody from the school will go drop the work off. They go check on the kids. I personally work with the food bank at the school. We feed many families in the community, not just the people that's inside the school and not just the kids inside the school. We feed the community. They find resources for everybody. The staff don't leave at dismissal. I can tell you that much. They're there to help the parents as well as the kids. The teachers, they set up, like, say for instance, if the parent don't know how to do the work, the teachers will stay and help the parents, like Coach Cass for the parents, pretty much. They got family learning events where they have family literacy nights, family math nights, stuff like that. I don't see why it should be a board vote when it's a community. It should be a community vote. My kids been to places, colleges that they probably wouldn't go to on their own. My son got to shoot a music video, a documentary. My son actually, once he did the documentary, he thought it was just a demonstration they showed on, in the school. But instead, he went to go to a movie theater on North Avenue and got to see him and his friends on a big movie screen. And that's something that, kids look, they're like, wow, this is something that, I can look forward to. Just imagine all their faces when they left out that movie theater. It was like, oh man, I was on a big screen. And they went back the next day and they was motivated. It's just not the learning experience for them. It's a family experience when you go to Lockman Bundy. And I would prefer to get not closed.
Okay, thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
I know there was a gentleman. Yes, thank you. I know there was a gentleman who was also responding about. We need to have your name also, please. Okay.
Good evening. This is Muhammad. This is Mujahid Muhammad. I am the president of Keys Development. I had the pleasure, or my organization has the pleasure, of being a support for Luckman and Bundy and Marianne Winterling. So I come on tonight just to say that the support that we provide, whether it be around literacy, whether it be any of our behavioral health and emotional health programs, or any of our after school programs, we are going to continue to provide. We understand that the board will make a decision, and no matter which way it goes, we have the ability to scale to meet the needs that will come along with that decision. So we will not waver. We will continue to support our community and both schools, no matter what decision you make. So just wanted to come on as the president of a organization that services the community as a whole and make clear that our support to the community will not waver. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Mr. Muhammad. Thank you very much for that. All right. I don't see other hands up. So I'm just going to remind everyone again of the information that was shared, the additional time that you can send in questions by in writing, and looking forward to the additional meetings that will happen in the community. Just a reminder, the board does not vote on these recommendations until January the 12th. Ms. Alvarez, did you want to say one last thing?
Yep. I just want to address just maybe quickly a couple of things that may be misconceptions that are out there. I don't think it takes away anything what people shared about the specialness of Lockerbie Bundy and Miss Hill. Both schools have really strong principals who've done like amazing work. But there were some things that I think were like just some misconceptions. So I thought maybe since we had a little bit of time, I could address some of those things. And so I think the key thing is just to be clear in terms of the recommendation is the goal would be able to bring both school communities together to maintain staff. So people talked a lot about relationships and leadership. So thinking through that, but that would be between the two leaders who've done really exceptional work in the school communities. So it wouldn't be. So the recommendation is to merge Lackerman Bundy with Marianne Winterling. I think some people weren't sure about what the name of the other school was, so I just wanted to name that too. And again, that steering committee process for like really specific questions will be that second meeting will be to actually address those very specific questions. So anything that you're feeling are unanswered about exactly what the recommendation entails and what is included will be answered there. And again, I just want to thank everybody for participating. And I think you really spoke well of the work and the relationships and what the school means. And I think there's a lot for the board to think about. And so I just want to thank everybody.
Thank you. Thank you again. And again, I'll use that as our final thank you to everyone who participated this evening. We look forward to continuing to hear from you. Again,
my name is Naima Moore, and I don't want to Bundy to close. My name is Arthur. I don't want Lockerbie Bundy to close.
Thank you very much. We look forward to continuing to hear from you. I also want you to please be certain to try to attend those steering committee meetings. And at this time, I'm going to close our meeting. And again, thank everyone. Please stay safe, and especially with the weather, as well as all the other things that are impacting us right now. So our meeting for this evening, special meeting, is adjourned. Thank you, everyone, and have a good evening.
Good night.
Good night.